Are you using any of the major cloud storage providers? Well, stop doing it now, because you might risk someone stealing your data. If you haven't paid for a cloud subscription, here's our big statement. Don't use cloud storage before you see this video. Cloud storage is essentially storage on the internet. And hey, let's be honest, it's often sold to people based on false promises. People are sold lies like their family photos will be preserved forever, or only you have access to your cloud storage data. Meanwhile, the major cloud storage providers take almost no responsibility for lost data and also snoop through that information to sell your information to third parties. This should raise two questions. First, do you need cloud storage? And second, how can you find cloud storage that won't sell you to the highest bidder? Hey, I'm Jason with the Cyber Lab, and in today's video, we're going to be addressing those concerns. Mainly, why you need cloud storage, why you shouldn't trust the major providers, cloud storage providers you can trust, and some alternatives to cloud storage alongside their pros and cons. Now, if you've already decided that you want cloud storage providers, you can go and find some discounts of up to 80% off in our exclusive links in the video description below. Now look, I don't blame you if you're still on the fence about cloud storage. So let's get started with our first question, shall we? Do you really need cloud storage? Now, to make a long story short, you'll often find cloud storage pretty helpful. Virtually everyone who uses a computer can use cloud storage. People who don't need cloud storage include groups like the Amish, cavemen, and the Knights of King Arthur's Round Table. And depending on your group, hey, don't worry, this thing that you're looking at doesn't contain my soul. And if you belong to our other group, cloud storage is ideal for sharing files and photos with friends and family, collaborating with co-workers or project collaborators who work in multiple locations, backing up your important data in case you lose it, supplementing a computer with limited storage space, like a Chromebook, and being able to access your files from multiple devices. Naturally, you might think that you don't need it to share files because you have Facebook Messenger. But because Facebook has similar data policies to Google, it can do whatever it wants with your messages. Anyone can take your account, even if you aren't worried about Facebook stealing your messages. In those cases, it can gather information about you and even steal your identity using information from sources like Facebook Messenger. Now, if you have Facebook, I highly recommend two-factor authentication via apps like Authy or RoboForm. I also recommend setting your profile private to prevent people from gathering information about you. If you frown upon Facebook's data collection form, consider private messaging alternatives like Telegram. And if you want more privacy tips, subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notifications. You've decided to take the plunge with cloud storage. Naturally, you might think to look towards the bigger companies because they usually receive more support. Well, you see, cloud storage is dominated by what I like to call the big three of cloud storage. That's Microsoft OneDrive, Google Drive, and Dropbox. Now, being the big three, you have certain expectations of quality, that they are better than the rest. And on the surface, hey, you can tell that they've put a lot of time and effort into these storage systems. But just beneath the surface is a darker intent that these companies don't want you to know about. Just beneath the surface, because you only need a quick Google search. I mean, woo, these guys are really bad at covering their tracks, even from themselves. So what makes these three big cloud storage providers so bad? Well, let's go into some specific examples behind each company. In 2020, the world's largest technology company, Google, faced a lawsuit alleging it was tracking people during incognito mode. Now, the lawsuit alleges that Google has a pervasive data tracking business that follows people, even when private browsing or using other browsers. Just recently, The Verge reported a California judge denied Google's request for summary judgment, citing that Google stated that it never stated websites won't collect your data. Instead, it states that it doesn't save your history. So when you see that "now you can browse privately" statement at the beginning of your incognito mode, hey, you know that Google means from everyone else, and not themselves, allegedly. Switching to Microsoft, hey, I've got a few examples for you here. First, did you know that Microsoft had to pay a $20 million fine to the FTC for allegedly gathering data on children without parental consent? Well, I guess you know what that means. Now, admittedly, this came from Xbox, and kids are always lying about their age to create accounts. So instead, we can look at another lawsuit involving OpenAI and Microsoft, where it was alleged that ChatGPT, funded by Microsoft, misused AI training data. You might think, well, hey, both of these are alleged. So let's talk about something that actually happened. And by actually, I mean accidentally leaking 38 terabytes worth of data. Yeah, it's a little bit more than an oops situation. But as though donning the gladiator gear of absolute incompetence, Dropbox has literally doubled this in its leaks. In 2016, Dropbox leaked 68 million user credentials. Whoa. Now you might say, yeah, that was a while ago, and I get you. So let's just talk about something that happened in 2022, a breach leading to compromising 130 GitHub repositories. Now, while Google, Dropbox, and Microsoft say that they use your data responsibly, well, that's up for debate. After all, the companies either abuse your data by gathering it, even when you think you're secure, or they just mishandle your data and bungle it. You know who doesn't get these same hacks? The rest of the cloud storage providers that we feature in this video. Cloud storage providers you can trust here at the Cyber Lab. Now, we constantly recommend 3 cloud storage providers because they cover everything that you might need in cloud storage. It also helps that these companies don't have a history of leaks and excellent privacy policies for handling your data. But how can you be so sure that you can trust these providers? Well, 2 things. The availability of advanced security features and zero-knowledge protection. The advanced security is under AES 256 encryption, which is considered military-grade encryption. This, alongside 2-factor authentication, ensures that no hacker will ever access your information. Now, to ensure the company hosting your data doesn't access your information, zero-knowledge encryption comes into play. This type of encryption means that only the secret key person can access the data. Since you are that person, employees can't access your information. The 3 I recommend that have both of these things are pCloud, Sync, and IceDrive. And you can find exclusive links of up to 80% discounts on all 3 of these in our video description down below. Go click on them. Now, each of these is also good for different situations. Let's go and dig a little deeper into each of these providers. pCloud, that's our highest rated pick because it is a healthy combination of features and security. The security is focused on its pCloud crypto plan, which means that you can pick and choose what you want to zero-knowledge encrypt. If you lose your secret key, hey, all is not lost. You'll just lose a portion. And then, look, this still sucks, sure, but it's better than nothing. And it gives you more control than providers that only rely on zero-knowledge encryption. It's a bit of a pros and cons situation here. One side being security and the other being convenience. pCloud also includes a built-in media player feature to store video and audio and then play them without downloading them. This makes it much easier to share family memories, as you don't have to upload your precious memories to Facebook. It also has a solution for people who still want to rely on the big 3, backing up files from your Google, OneDrive, and Dropbox accounts. You can even back up your photos from Google and Facebook. What if you don't care for these media playing and backup features? Well, then you might want to take a closer look at IceDrive. IceDrive is an incredibly fast, feature-light platform. Their focus on a quick product means that they often outperform slower devices like OneDrive and Dropbox. But the trade-off, well, is that the company doesn't do much beyond offering advanced sharing features. It's a bit of an Arctic wasteland compared to other providers, which, well, might explain the logo. IceDrive does have the benefit of providing one of the most inexpensive lifetime deals on the market at just around $99. Now, this lifetime deal includes the company's zero-knowledge encryption, differentiating it from pCloud's optional crypto service that you need to pay extra for. And if you want more features, without sacrificing security, you might want to take a look at Sync. Among the 3 platforms, Sync is the closest in features to the big 3 providers. It works with Microsoft 365 software, Adobe's creative software, and professional software like Slack for business integrations. And because of this, it's incredibly easy to collaborate with your team and work on projects together. Sharing features make Sync a more active cloud storage solution than the other two providers we've mentioned so far. If you just want to share files, you can control who has access to them with password protection and limited time links. Now, this feature comes with all three providers on this list, but you won't be able to simultaneously type inappropriate words in the same shared document, thinking that a wizard might be on the other side because, well, words keep appearing on your documents. Anyway, yeah, sure. It's also got the cheapest unlimited storage plan, costing only $15. If you split it with another user. You won't find any lifetime plans here, which might be a bummer for those who want to save money. Your choice will depend on what you prioritize in your cloud storage providers. Keep these mini reviews in mind and get started with the most appealing one by clicking on our link for an exclusive discount. And of course, if you are still with us, first of all, thank you. Secondly, you might think that cloud storage could be helpful. But what are my other options? Hey, don't worry, I got you covered. Alternatives to cloud storage. Cloud storage, it's not the only way you can back up or share data. Sometimes you do have alternative options. But when choosing amongst these alternative options, remember that your needs will change depending on how many files you need to store. Getting the wrong file storage solution for your 4K videos is like trying to fit all of Australia into one little VW Beetle. If you want to store smaller files, you can rely on a USB flash drive or an SD card. It's easy to find storage in these forms of around 32 gigs, with more storage available if you're willing to do some extra shopping. You can carry it around with you wherever you go, making it easy to share with friends and family who have laptops. But be careful not to drop it in the sewer to your friends. You can hook some USBs to your keys and, hey, put SD cards in your wallet. But if someone steals either of those things, well, you're going to give some random thief access to precious family memories, and I can't think of anything that would make me more anxious. Can you? Hey, but you know what? Share your anxiety in the comments. Just leave it out there for strangers on the internet, sure. Either that or you can like our video and subscribe to the channel. I mean, if I were you, I certainly know what I would choose. Now, for larger storage, you can go and get yourself an at-home NAS.
Sex to a nympho, but nothing sweet.
No, not that NAS. The other NAS, meaning network attached storage. I don't even know why you would think it's that other guy. A network attached storage is an external hard drive that connects to your home network, and you can go and buy these devices at your local tech store or transform your computer into a NAS. If your house burns down or you have a thief breaking in, that NAS might look like it is worth some money, so expect it to be potentially stolen, putting your data at risk. Now, with both of these alternatives, you'll notice that they share similar problems. They're with you, making them inherently vulnerable, just like your computer and laptop. Honestly speaking, they aren't better than cloud storage. Having your files away from your computer is the whole point of cloud storage. After all, a backup is more secure if it relies on things that aren't at the same risk as your other things. But regardless, having multiple backups of your files is always better, which is why pCloud is our preferred provider, as it can back up your computer and the files on other cloud servers. This, alongside having a few files and a secure USB, hey, it's a great combination of secure file storage. Now, these affiliate links also help support the channel, so we really thank you for clicking them. And if you don't want to click them, hey, you can still support the channel by just liking the video, subscribing to it, and sharing it with your friends if they think it's helpful. Any more of our thoughts on the best cloud storage on the market, you can go and check out our list of the best cloud storage providers. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon in the next one. Bye-bye for now.